To men who are watching nature videos of lions eating gazelles alive, like men,
if you want pussy, you gotta watch more videos of lions eating gazelles. Happy fall. What do Gilmore Girls and human trafficking have in common? David Sutcliffe. Let's get into it. All right, if you are in the autumnal spirit and rewatching Gilmore Girls like the rest of us, you might be doing a deep dive into the show like I did. Turns out Christopher, you know, everybody's favorite character who didn't at all ruin it and cause constant problems and was a deadbeat dad. Turns out the actor who plays him, who's right here, David Sutcliffe, is a bigger douche in real life than he is in the show, and I'd love to talk about it. So let's get into it. So David is a former actor, and now he's a therapist and a podcaster and a total Trumper and a total right-wing extremist and misogynist. He's even done an interview with Andrew Tate. It's gotten millions and millions of views, and his reputation started coming back into the limelight because he recently went public and said with his whole chest that women shouldn't vote. Let's take a look.
ladies, some of you out there are not going to like what I'm about to say, but I feel like it's my responsibility to tell you the truth. So here it is, women, you are not more emotionally mature than men.
So first of all, talking to women as a whole, talking to men as a whole, is a pretty broad generalization, but for the sake of generalization that he's, you know, putting forth, we'll also speak in generalizations. That's not true. Chemically, physiologically, culturally, that's not true. Also, who asked you, David? Who asked you? And I actually want to hear his opinion, so let's go.
That is a myth. That is a story that some women tell themselves to explain away their frustrations with men.
Our emotional intelligence actually has nothing to do with men. Unlike you, our lives don't revolve around you. And I think that's one of the reasons that you're so upset. Because your lives revolve around us because we control the species and you don't. You're freaking out about it.
But if you have a belief that you are more evolved than men and can't be happy until they do their work, you are giving away to men all your power.
We're not giving you our power. We're saying we're no longer, as a generalization, we don't need you for security anymore. We don't need you for a right to vote. We don't need you to open a checking account or own property. And we don't have to bear your children for, in return, security. So you actually don't have any of our power, and that's why you're freaking out.
Because what you're really saying is you need to be different so I don't have to feel this way, which is not very emotionally mature.
And also saying that we're not happy unless you change is not what we're saying. We're saying we're not happy with you unless you change. And that's called setting a boundary. Expecting you to change so then we can continue a relationship is setting a boundary. All right, I'm tired of listening to that. Let's move on to the next one.
Why are women not attracted to nice guys?
See, this is what these right-winger, Trumpy, misogynistic podcasts, it's always talking about women and what women want and what's wrong with them and why can't we understand them and why don't women just like real men? It's gross. Honestly, get a life. You look crazy. You look obsessed.
Because nice is inauthentic. It's a mask. It's bullshit. And it's weak.
Being nice is a mask and it's weak? Maybe for you, maybe for this face. Being nice might be a mask for this face and a thin one at that.
It's repulsive. Women don't want that. They want a killer.
Let me make this simple. If you're Googling why women don't like nice guys, I guarantee you're not a nice guy. No ifs, ands, or buts. And then I found this horrific clip from a podcast, and the podcast is The Psychosphere, which is his podcast where he, as a therapist, we'll get to that, he as a therapist talks, you know, all things wrong with the world, and he's got all the answers, and men just need to be men and women just need to be women. Let's listen to this clip of him on his own podcast.
What it feels like is that you have a hidden thought about something that you want to actually share, but you're afraid that if you share it, it's going to be, people are going to be, you know, they're going to come after you. Like women shouldn't
vote. It's my new one. I'm 100% on that. We need to take away the vote.
I mean, look at where it's gotten us. You can't have women in charge. Women don't actually want to look at reality. They want to. Men look at reality. Men look at the harsh reality of a certain aspect of life. Women don't. They're not interested in that.
We don't look at the harsh reality. You don't look at the harsh reality. You're not the one that has to walk outside with your keys between your fingers. You're not the one that can't go into a home alone as a realtor without being like the threat of being killed. You're not the one who's a little girl and has to be weary around adult men at a dinner party. Okay? You're not looking at the harsh reality because, you know, oh, girls are too sensitive. Women, you know, not all men.
A certain aspect of life?
Yeah.
What aspect of life?
The harsh brutality that of the primal nature. It's men who are watching nature videos of lions eating gazelles alive. Like men,
if you want pussy, you gotta watch more videos of lions eating gazelles.
there's a truth of nature that's there.
I just want to be I want to be clear. Are you generalizing or are you saying every single woman? What are you saying? The majority of women?
Majority, yeah.
So because women don't watch enough videos of lions eating gazelles, we should not have the right to vote or to hold positions of power. Oh. So I did not watch the Andrew Tate versus therapist video because there's no way in fuck I'm watching 2 hours of that, and I'm not going to give them any power with my view. All the videos I have here are not originally from his platform. So there's no way this guy's a therapist, right? There's no way that this guy is a licensed therapist. So I did a little deep dive on his qualifications. University of Toronto, Bachelor of Arts, English Lit, that makes sense, he's an actor. He was there from 1988 to 1992. And then I was like, okay, did he, you know, get any social work training? Did he do any kind of clinical work? No. He graduated from the Radical Aliveness Institute. That doesn't sound like a cult at all, does it? He's a certified core energetics / radical aliveness practitioner, leadership / somatic psychotherapy. Yeah, this doesn't look like a cult at all.
Radical aliveness is a healing and awareness and transformational modality that leads to action. So radical aliveness is saying, here's a space, we want to say yes to everything with the intention towards awareness, consciousness, healing, transformation.
Yeah, if you wanted any more reason to hate Christopher or wondered why that deep feeling in your stomach made you feel unsafe around him, it's because David Sutcliffe is a freak. He's dangerous. He is spreading misinformation. He is giving platforms to fucking human traffickers. Thank you for watching Hollywood Horror Stories. If you have a Hollywood horror story of your own from set or anything like that, please email it to radismore@gmail.com. Yeah, what a tragedy. What a goof. What a clown.